definitely, Julie. Thank you so much. Yeah, I never get tired of talking about our team, our family, my people, and they're hard at work day and night. Just to be clear, Rob Gorman, I think we're squared. Okay, we are fine. 906 just at the start. Is that shabby?
Not too shabby.
Never. Okay, absolutely. So I think we should acknowledge there's extra effort. There is lots of pressure, a positive one, because we want to meet the challenges and the responsibility. There's a sense of accountability, but the one that stands out, pride and confidence. It stands out to the point where, like, we are in business, we're talking about every item, and we address knowingly that it's a matter of time. Like, okay, it's a something tiny. Once we are over it, we know we're bringing something historical. We're making something that will definitely make a big difference. But I'm going to add something to what I said today. So there is pride, there is a sense of we can do it, confidence, we're doing something unique and remarkable. There is that. But also how I feel about all of that, I feel for the first time, we have cultivated a sense of greatness, and we are bringing up something that will make a change. Let me talk to you about greatness. What I mean by that, you haven't done anything great in your life as a leader until you have changed someone's life. The reason I haven't had a presentation since 2018, you may wonder. Today I can tell you, I didn't have a PowerPoint presentation. Did I? Never. I did it. I put the seed out there. It worked out. It worked perfectly. Then I said, I'm not going to talk. I'm going to walk the walk. Once we're done, we can celebrate. Now I can talk to you. We will be doing the presentation, because I'll tell you what, greatness, or to do something great, is not about a great conference or throwing a show or a presentation. Oh man, they look so good on stage. But everybody where they are, nobody has improved a bit. Wow, wonderful presentation. And it's not great until it has changed somebody's life. Literally. What a wonderful book. It's not a good book, needless to say, great book, until it has changed or impacted somebody's life completely. And leaders, they start that journey to greatness. They're the triggers, the initiators. But the people who they change their life, their followers, are the center point of their greatness. And this is how I feel. I feel we just started the preparation for that greatness. And now you're going to see by the thousands, if not by the tons, of lives are changing. That's why I feel so great about what we're doing, and a sense of greatness all over Onpassive.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful. So when somebody tell you, oh, wow, wonderful presentation, wonderful, event, it's not great until you've changed somebody's life. Totally. And now I can tell you, we're going to throw some good presentations. And they will be great. But after we walk the walk. And for that, I give you credit. You initiated the process. Julie, thank you. I don't have a clapper in this platform, so I'm going to have to do the manual way. How do you clap? We have a machine in our platform.
Way to go!
Oh, we got some good ones. They try to get your voice, Chris. And they got somebody like more Southern access.
Well, Red's not here.
No, Southern accent, and they ask, is this close enough to Chris?
No.
I said no. That's like more Southern from the South, yeah.
All right, you said ask you any question, right?
Oh, you please, yes.
Okay, this is from the crowd.
Yes.
I'm getting loads of them, so this is a good question. Fair, you kind of touched on it today. It says, ask how much does OConnect cost? I guess they weren't there today. How much will you make if you sell one? How much will you make if you sell the second one? 3 questions in one.
Yes, so I will answer all of them, all right? On the paper that you sign, in the document, in the back office, all right? But because you asked, I will respectfully address it. The cost, the first 3 months will be as a package. So it's not a monthly, so it will be a quarter, okay? It's not annual, and it will be one package available. 1,000 seats, unlimited. After the 90 days expire, or 3 months period, it will be more packages, smaller, bigger, different prices. But we will assess and revise the prices accordingly. Okay? So the first month, we're going to apply the monthly price, subtract all the credit you have, including the $97 for the founding members only. Non-founding members, just regular users, would not have that discount. So we will apply your $97 fully, not minus any fees. So there you go. And for the 3 months, you will pay under $200 for sure, with the discounts, okay? And there is more discount, but the cost is above 100, okay? You know what? It's going to be out there. It will be $125 per month, but the founders will pay nearly third of the 3 months cost. You follow me? So you get in between the lines. So the founding members, but regular members would pay, you know, the full price. Okay. Now, commissions. I'm going to address that. It will be a good directly 25, because they said, oh, when they get someone. That is something I cannot you know, get trapped with, because there you go. The minute you say someone or recruit or a person or okay or above or invite, you go to MLM, you go to network marketing. I'm going to talk to you frankly and openly. We're public, and let this be out in the public. Let me ask you a question. Would you like me to impress you with a good shenanigan? Okay, I'm just hypothetically asking that question, but please answer me if you could. Just a beautiful, attractive pay structure that I wish to give, okay, but it will not be acceptable by the regulators. And then we will be fixing, repairing? Or do you like to sacrifice that curiosity, the details, okay, and trust the company that they will give us the best of their ability, complying and staying friends with the regulators so we can stay here in business for long term? So do you want a quick fix as well, a quick crash, or do you want something for life that you go to sleep, you go to vacation, you go fishing with Chris Johnson, and you know you come back, you're going to have a company? Which one do you want?
Sustainable, please.
Sustainable. All right, of course. So if you are real about business, if you're real about your business, if you're real about Onpassive longevity and the success of us / humanity in general, accomplishing something that has never been possible until today, if you're genuine about that, please leave it up to the company and our team, legal teams. And I can say now publicly, they're not going to like it, but I die for my truth, okay? I don't care. We have several teams, legal teams, multiple law firms, different locations, different regions, working around the clock. They worked on Sunday, they worked on Saturday last week, tirelessly, to make sure we are compliant and get a clearance, and you know, nobody will ever come question what we're doing. You want that solution, or you want something that you thought it worked, or something, oh, you're familiar with? Because if that worked, we wouldn't be having this conversation. So if that doesn't work, you should trust us doing it the way it works. So it will be $125 for non-founding members times 3. Founding members, about half of our population or our community, you will cut that to third of that, and you will get 3 months. For up to 1,000 commissions, you are going to get every time there's a sale. Think of sales and volume. They will come to us with the final terminology. Whatever they say, we trust their expertise. They have connections. They're checking with every colleague they have, every coworker they know, any connection they have, to make sure everybody sign off like they are okay with what we're doing without triggering anything. The words matter, and the structure, all of that. Remember, in legally, you would have to disclose everything in order to be compliance. You cannot say, well, it's a secret. So the minute you start, just to let you know, public information, the minute you start tracking people, naming names, when you say Lynn, Dan, Francis, when you say that, Gene, when you say that, you're in the questionable side. So we want to stay away from that. You got brick and mortar company, you want to sell the product services, they're actual products, they cost money to build and to purchase, to have. If you sell, we'll compensate you generously, and you want to make sure we're compliant, we do it legally, that we stay in business for as long as you live or we live. You don't want this to be another cycle. We haven't been working 5 years and being beaten up every day multiple times just to come out and like the next day, crack our neck. No, we have to make sure failure is not an option, period. We don't take chances. We will not take a chance. We will do it. But if you allow me to say something in line to what we've addressed with Julie, trust our intelligence, our heart, and have confidence in that, and leave it up to us. Okay? We will thrill you.
Thank you.
When I propose something that multiple lawyers have to scratch their heads, some of them 27 experience, 35 years of experience, when they have to, oh, let me read the book and go back, you have done something wild, okay, that they have to check. It's not something, okay, black and white. It's ingenious, but is it legal or nothing? So it's not a twist. It's just, I'm giving them what they want, but at the same time, I want to brag about how generous we are. It pleases me, that greatness, to change the lives. But if you're just going to talk to me about money, I'm talking not now, like in general, like in the future. If you're going to be presenting Onpassive, hello, I'm an Onpassive. If you want to make money, if you want to make this much commission, this is how it costs and all of that, don't talk to me, okay? Not my friend. Why? Because it's harmful, it's going to damage the journey. That's not what we're working on. It's a big part of the game, but it's not the main thing, and it's not the only thing. Ethics, integrity comes before. Meaningful process that is like productive or given a value to everybody involved, that is more important. Money, yes, important, but not the only thing and not the main thing, not the first thing. And you have to consider there are much bigger values before money. Okay? If you don't have a meaning to what we're doing, and it's just like, yeah, big money happening for a short time, it's not meaningful. I wouldn't spend a day working on this project just because of money, monetary element. Needless to say, I will do it or die. That's impossible. I'm not going to do it or die just for money. Not for me, not for you. Because you have every right to doubt what I'm telling you until you reach your wildest dreams of financial status, and then you will tell me if money was the most meaningful thing in your life. I have no denial that it does give you options. It is powerful. It's insanely useful. But it doesn't bring you happiness or meaning, or it doesn't set you on purpose in life. There are much greater values in life than just money. Yet, there is money in Onpassive, and we're the only company that I'm talking to you, I'm giving you a third, 30% of the cost of what we're using, for example, more products, more features, disruptive, third of the cost, top of that, giving you back. How could you, it's insane to compare. So no question, we will be the most generous. We will give you, something will never happen, I guarantee. And if I know somebody else will do it, I will revamp the whole thing to compete with that, because I want to be the biggest giver. It amuses me. I love it. I'm intrigued by being the most generous company, the most humanitarian, over how much we made as a company. Which one do you think Ash Mufareh would like more? Takes a genius or like 3 nights thinking, sleeping on it? No. We'd rather to be the most generous, impactful, meaningful company, valuable, over the richest company. We would take without thinking, generating wealth for others, businesses, individuals, charities, organizations, nonprofits, schools, you name it, to help them cultivate that wealth and maximize it to the highest potential over us being in that category. I wouldn't think about it. So if you didn't give that, you will never get, no matter not what number I tell you, what percentage I tell you, it's not going to please you. Because you're going to have a number or a scenario in your mind or some calculations or, you know, and if it's not exactly like that, it will disappoint you. So the answer, I am disappointing you. So don't be stuck by the details. Leave it to the experts, to us. You're not going to give this deal. Nobody will cut this deal for you. No one. But if you're going to talk to me about percentage and pennies and peanuts and all of that, you're not getting the point.
Thank you.
Do I deserve lemon iced tea?
Yeah. Have a drink on me, brother. All right, I have more.
I have a question.
I'm going to let Susie McCray
But I'm going to
go.
take it. But I'm going to take it to where you said how much you make when they sell. Take it out of your brain completely. Take it out of your brain. But I will tell you something.
Okay.
I
Can
found
I
a
ask
way
question?
to be compliant. Of course, Susie.
Okay.
But I found a way to be compliant. But the challenge is to be unlimited. Where try to read the next 30 seconds, and if one of you get it, that's enough for me. I've accomplished something today. I'm going to take you back 2-3 years back, and I talked about how do I evaluate an ideal business. And I said, if it's not unlimited, I wouldn't do it. If it's not fun, you know, those, you know, I think I listed like 12 different pillars. If a business doesn't have them, I wouldn't touch that business. I wouldn't look at it. And I found a way to keep it unlimited, not to compete. And there is a benefit for us to win-win, to work together. I hope you can read that without pissing off anyone. So it's the challenge is to listen. From day one, we wanted to play by the book, but we found that that book is so corrupted. Still, it's the book. So we cannot piss it off. I hope you know what I'm talking about. So I thought it's your business. You can give out whatever you want. You can give away. I don't want to keep anything. It looks there is a corrupted system. I'm not saying in a specific country. All over. They stick their nose into your business. It's your wealth. It's your business. It's your revenue. You find a way to do it. That's already a challenge. But they give you a hard time. They aggravate you for the way you want to use your money. All right? Cannot piss off that book. So you got to play by the book. Not that it's easy, but also keeping the
But will there be
unlimited factor, the generosity, the uniqueness, the authenticity,
You're pretty
all
smart.
of the good qualities. So here's the deal. If you buy it with any product that we have in the ecosystem, it it applies to all of them. Single sign-on. You don't need to activate code, copy all of that automatically. So whether it's an OCademey, whether it's an OStaff, whatever component that needs, if you purchased OTracker, anywhere, any location that OTracker in any application, the switch goes off.
That's what I kind of thought. So I just wanted to confirm that. But I think that's wonderful that it's automatic like that, as always.
Outside, you can still, on your own, you can do whatever you want. Oliver doesn't need you to automate it for him, okay? Or Collins, or okay. So Bob and anyone, you know, so they'll just copy it, they play with it. Charles, all of the guys here.
Okay.
So, but if it's in the ecosystem, a part of the passive work, passive technology is to apply our features, our technologies all across. So, for example, let me tell you something. Like when we have text, let's say we have auto correction, like in when you're typing, spell check automatically. So there are applications out there. We could just buy something, but you know, we want to be genuine. We want to be original. Everything from scratch. It takes longer. It takes more money, more challenges, but it feels good when you achieve it. Okay, and then the sky's the limit. Once you get it to a functional point, then you know you scale it, you balance it, you build up. Every time you grow a little bit. Now when we have that. So we don't create it to a specific application. So we create that feature. I can sell it. There's something they call it API, okay? So I can sell it as an API. Companies and businesses, they sell it day and night, and I charge them by usage, okay? But we create that, and then anywhere it fits, that's AI, you know, component, we apply it. Facial recognition. It's in OConnect. It's in OVerify. It's in OStaff for the check-in, the attendance. Anywhere, so it becomes reusable technology. That's the beauty about having us creating everything, so that we can own the internet and eventually own it.
Yeah. Hey, Ash.
So there's so many reusable things. So we create them as standalone, and then if you heard us and Mr. Kamal touched up on this last meeting. He told you about the progression, you know, how we do the development, we go to the QA or to the pre-production, you know, the different phases or stages of production. But one of them is, you know, so we start as a standalone, like on a local server. Okay, it's not even live, it's not a functional thing. But in the advanced, like what's happening with OConnect now, the integration with everything else, you know, like when we create the calendar, it sounds like okay, but then when you make it universal, calendar, contacts, my contact, then it's universal, live data in real time. You're in OMail, you're in OStaff, you're in anywhere, you can retrieve the data live accurately. Somebody unsubscribes or quits or in real time, it reflects on the data. It's live universal data in real time. So sounds like okay, we created contacts universally. We created little things, but you have no idea how massive, and they add up. But the integration is the last thing. So now, once you have the technology, Susie and everyone, it's like you can reuse it. So it becomes faster and faster and faster. Does it take a genius to think like, okay, is it going to take us like a year or 2 years, 5 months to roll out the next product? Obviously, no. It's just, you know, created and developed all the components. Now, a matter of integration, rollout, integrate, rollout. Okay. All right. Oliver, take it away, please.
Yeah. Hi, Ash. Yeah, I just want to say thank you for everything. You just blew my mind just for what you've been talking for the next
last
15-20 minutes.
Yes, last 30 minutes, not next. I haven't talked next.
Okay, that's fine. You just touched about compliance. I know compliance is very complicated.
Yes,
when it comes to compliance, being in the industry, compliance is very complicated. And you touch unlimited. Will all the products goes to the market unlimited? That's one of my questions. And if is that all the products are going to the market unlimited, game over.
There are more features, products, and things can be sold, okay, that you probably didn't expect to have them in Onpassive than what you already know. And they're just on the verge of being rolled out to the market, and you're just going to say, what? Duh, I'm going to subscribe because that's another stream of income. That's another, you know, value to give me credit. Like, who wouldn't subscribe to a travel product by Onpassive? Okay, just a bonus. Roblin.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Who wouldn't? Who doesn't have a plan for doing something with travel? Even if you're unable to travel, I mean, you want to send the grandkids or neighbors or rent a car, you got to do something with travel services. All of us will use it. So if we come up with something better than anything in the market, we don't do anything normal. If we do it big. Something that will save you, always save you time, money, frustration, better quality, more features, more access. Just because we're business naive, maybe, we decided to give you back. Split. Share the wealth. It's beyond insanity. What's the level beyond insanity? Craziness. I don't know. What's beyond that? Genius? I don't know. It's messed up. But nobody will give you this. Nobody will give you this formula. It's indeed disruptive.
Yes, Onpassive is disruptive. We know that. But you also talk about API.
Yeah.
And you also talk about the challenges. Therefore, we do have a template. Onpassive do have a template to all our products, which therefore means if any idea comes up in any product with the template that we got, it's going to be tack, and we are in the market.
It is a template. You're a genius. Okay, Oliver. Yeah. Your name starts with O. Onpassive. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to be a genius.
Bam. Game over.
Yeah.
Game over.
It's all liver.
Because we are 10 years, I'm sorry, Onpassive is 10 years or 15 years ahead of the game.
All right, don't get me in trouble. We're talking publicly. All right, this shenanigan about...
I'm sorry.
This shenanigan and Twitter and the other guys and
No.
Who's going to charge and this and that for what? Today, we're launching Check ONet today. Is it already Thursday? Okay, let's say Friday, okay? Check Friday. The days are mixed up. So Friday, check new ONet, okay? Within this month, we're going to roll out O-Verify. Say, who cares? Another 2-3 weeks. Who cares? Let's perfect it. We're just fixing. I mean, India is a nightmare. For example, like each state has a different driver's license platform template. We're going to test that, feed that to the database and build the AI and all that. It's complicated. So, but we're this close, so we're going to have O-Verify. Listen, we're not going to charge our customers to be verified. All right. When Peter Surur comes to Onpassive as a new user, no idea. Okay. So we give him a certain time to be verified. Are you real? Okay. Well, gotta put your name, scan, 8 seconds, less than a minute. You become a verified with a check mark status, and we become certified. You know what I'm talking about? Safety, Oliver, and all of that. Let's not say the names out publicly. Bob, you know what I'm talking about. So it's a long process, but in a few months we will be. Okay. And so you want to be verified with Onpassive, okay? So Onpassive icon or label. So now you do that. For doing that effort, we'll give you. We're not going to charge you $8 a month. You heard me?
Yeah.
We're not going to charge you $8. We're not going to charge you $8 ever. We're going to give you, say, $10 just for being real.
Wow.
We want real people.
Wow.
Now, if you're not verified, you're going to be labeled unverified. So this is how you do business. Real people, real products, all of that. So talk about that API, Oliver.
Yeah.
Okay, so that so that they're fighting for. Okay, leave the noise. Let them be cats and dogs.
Yeah.
Come here.
Yeah.
More real, and we'll give you. You don't have to pay for what? Tweeting? Come, say all you want to ONet. Clean, kosher, halal.
Ash, you have to understand one thing with Onpassive. Our products are with AI.
But Oliver, that API,
Yes.
you know how much I can lease it to those people?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Because if OVerify is not the best, I'm not opening that to the market.
Bam.
Guess what? I chose to, but it's not there. Okay, when I feel good about the product, then I open it to the public as B2B.
Yeah.
And just for being cute and fueling my arrogance or my ego, I want to split with you whatever revenue is. Wow. Just because. This is insanity.
Wow.
It's a cow it's a cash flow.
Wow. Wow. Thank you very much for that, Ash. Thank you very much. God bless you.
That's what I do.
Thank you, man.
And was it Rob who was trying to talk? Yeah, Rob.
Yeah, I should have raised my hand earlier instead of just talking out. Sorry, folks.
And by all means, like Chris, are they expecting me to run the show?
Well, I was gonna jump in there, but I thought, wait a minute, this is Robin Lynn. Get your butt there and run it.
Leave me out of it. If you want to keep people here, yeah, you take it away, Rob, Lynn, Chris. Okay.
Well, I didn't even make it. Okay, thanks. I didn't even make it to co-host. Lynn's the co-host, but at any rate, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an accountant. I'm not a CPA. I've been a blue-collar, white-collar employee all my life. Killed myself physically, just like Chris. But let me say this. You, Ash Mufareh, are writing a new book. They're going to throw out the old book, okay? Because you're setting the tone for mom and pop on 5th Street in Arizona somewhere to make a living that they can be sustained on. That to me is uplifting humanity. And I stand with you 1,000% on what you're doing and how you're doing it. And it just blows my mind that we're having
just want to be great.
Soaring with the eagles, and I'm proud to soar with you. Thanks for taking me along.
After I thought about it, Rob, I think I'll take a bullet for you. Let me explain. Let me explain. If I know this is what you would do for me, I'll be coward not to do the same for you. Now, I wouldn't wake up like, hey, if somebody shoot me because of Rob Gorman. But if I know you're doing it for me, I'd rather take it ahead of you. You know what I'm talking about? All right. So we're squared, okay? 2,600, not too shabby, right? That's what I do.
Hashtag digital tsunami.
Insanity.
Peter. All right, I'm going to help you out, Robin Lynn. Peter Shore, go ahead, and Ash, put a pad on that forehead because it's going to get hit a lot tonight, I think. Go ahead, Peter.
Hello, Mr. Ash. Hello, everyone. And I want to welcome Michael Williams, since we haven't seen him in a while. Looks great. You look great, Michael. Mr. Ash, you said this open. We can ask any questions, even if you talked about it 2 years ago. So what's the status on the second database, data center that you mentioned a while back?
Working in prior. It's a long process, but it's under work. And our teams have traveled multiple continents, and one of them is upcoming this month, the 27th, in the UK. Comfort and Collins by Dell. They've been in Far East, they've been all the way to Las Vegas, Nevada on the West Coast, in Orlando, working on that, leaving no unturned stone, that we will create the most advanced custom hybrid data center. So it's not cheap, it's not quick, but make no mistake, we will not own it until we have our data center and our basically financial system. I'm just blunt. I'm not saying we're not gonna be wildly successful until we get there. We're gonna be wildly successful, but once we get to that threshold or that phase, when you own the data center we want, we have a data center now. Okay, now we are talking about going beyond the digital arena. When you get those two components, there's a life called after Onpassive.
So is that including the mobile data center that you talked about before? So you said they're not necessarily being physically.
We don't think, we don't want to get technical here, but I'll tell you what, Peter, we wouldn't say it and then create that anxiety of where it is and all of that unless we already know that we have it and more. You understand? So I'm not going to say I have 7 until I have 9. You understand? Okay.
Thank you.
But make no mistake, when we have 7, we have no less than 7.
All right, I'm got the handoff from Chris, so Collins Manna, talk to Ash.
Thank you. Just want to greet everyone in. Hello, Ash. Nice to be here again. Sorry, my voice is really getting worse.
Sorry to steal your sleep.
Yeah.
His business is doing it the same for me too.
Yeah. So I've got a message from one of our tech brother, United Kingdom. His name is Mohammed Khan. He said, in OConnect, can someone ring from phone? That means, because he's thinking about the business part of it, where someone can just ring from phone, into OConnect, just dial in when there is a meeting. Do we have the functionality for that?
To ring a phone, you mean? How?
No, you ring. That's, for instance, if there is a meeting, instead to connect by link, you can ring by phone.
I guess like dial, like
You dial it, yes, you
like
dial the
it,
number.
No, I don't think I'm interested in that. Why?
Oh,
Let's
he
work
just asked
hard to
because,
go backward. Tell him, let's think ahead. Yeah.
yeah. Now, yeah, that's the first question. All right. And then the second one, I know you talk about API. That's what I want to ask. Most of our products will be maybe standalone and they're all integrated within the ecosystem. So now, do we have a stand, like for instance, OConnect? When company come and say, all right, I want only OConnect, is there a way our API will be integrated to their in-house system?
Yeah, so B2B, just like an enterprise level, all of that, not from the beginning. Later stages, we will branch off, and the teams will own those departments, but the route will go like the sales structure goes with Onpassive. So even if they take their white label, all of that, they'll get a better deal than having the normal account manager structure, and they just milk you. Yeah, so we do have a plan for that, to sell it as a standalone API. For example, yeah, the OVerify is going to be sold as an API. It's a pipe. You plug it in their booty, and you just suck cash. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's really massive, because I know a lot of company will come, because we already know that company can have their in-house, already have several applications.
Yes.
The changes comes over time, and they can say, okay, we'll ditch this over this time.
But we're going for the bigger base. We are not going after you just go get trashed by fewer customers. So we're going for the market.
Yeah.
Get everybody in. You become the traffic or target. No idea what that means, but we become the hunted, and then it gives you more value, and it increases the value of the product itself. But yeah, sure, we're open to that. There's some products you will be able to become an agency. So for example, you want to become a reseller in London or in the UK, example, okay? We can give you the selling rights, or if you're either a global leader or, if it's a physical product, you can become a global distributor for a certain product. You have exclusivity for that. But so for example, there is I don't know, booking example. So there's the free benefits, okay? Freebie, so more volume to come to Onpassive because of what we have. There's a traveler level, and there's a travel agent. Why not?
Wow.
Or you can have a franchise.
Yeah, so
Anybody talked about a business opportunity and creating a specific truck or vehicle, and you can purchase that and employ people and have one of the cheapest franchises and little skill, but with background check globally, anywhere you want, and you have a business. We'll give you the business model, and you can monetize. Yet we put the revenue in the tank.
That is fantastic. Thank you, Ash.
You're very welcome. That is a service. I was talking about Lux. What is that? LUX. It's abbreviation for luxury and deluxe. It's like a mobile service that will go to your home or office and do some service, and anyone can get that vehicle or agency. So that is also on the verge of being announced. So lots of work, and I know it's painful. You don't get it. I don't expect you to get it, but I'm just saying they're different positions or levels that you can acquire in the company. How far you want to go? You want to be bothered by the noise we're making, or complain, or go away, or hide, or you want to be one of those who make the noise?
Phew, man, oh man. It's getting better and better as the time goes. Thanks, Ash. Thanks, Collins. And over to you, Gina Leva.
Thank you so much, Rob. Thank you, Ash. Ash, when you were talking about the regulators, I think one of the most disruptive things that you have said today, at least to me and possibly ever, is when you said that you have found a way to be compliant and also unlimited, creating a win-win where I guess people working together. I have to go back and listen to what you actually said because you said it quickly, but where people working together, there's a benefit created, and that's disruptive. The way that the world has been, the way the book has been written, and of course we know that the book as it's written now, they don't want the people to succeed. They want the few to succeed. And so now you're rewriting that book, as Rob so beautifully stated, and the way of the future is collaboration. And so if you have found a way to be compliant in the book as it's written now, and also unlimited, and where people can work together, where the benefit is amplified, that to me is
each other, yeah.
It's so disruptive and so
it is disruptive.
Beautiful. Yeah, and it's the only way, like I've said many times, we're thinking differently. I think it was on a Rob Lynn the other night, that thinking differently is the only way that change can occur, that we have to think completely outside of current thinking. And so this is that. And so I'm so honored to be a part of something that is going to absolutely turn everything upside down in a beautiful and loving way. And I want to thank you for that, Ash.
The key is for it to last. You're very welcome, Gene. And no, I didn't say it fast enough because I made a mistake. I told you to listen to the next 30 seconds. So I set just a short clock timer to myself. It is ironic how after all of this experience in life, you get to understand human behavior more. Is none of us here would see things. It's hard. It's a very advanced level when you see things totally subjective and stripped away from your own emotions or benefits or that it has any connection with you. It's hard. Most people will start from within, outside, and everything goes back and forth to self. That's how people understand things. And if things, no matter how good they are, how fair they are for them, but when they go a little bit offline, they see, well, Christy is getting ahead of me. Just human nature, they get alarmed by that. And they would do anything to compete. So competition could be destructive within. I've seen many companies, they create their own, or they dig their own grave by having a sense of competition. Okay? So the other day, the team made a mistake and they said, enter the competition or something. I said, whoa. There's no competition in Onpassive. It's surprise, it's giveaway about you too. Take that away from your vocabulary, okay? No competition, all right? Competition is not about how better you can get, how much you can produce, how valuable you can be, or how value you can add to others. Competition is about you're being ahead, even if you're making less or earning less or achieving less than the others. So competition could be really destructive and negative. So I am delicately aware and working to make sure that we work together as a family, and if you don't win, I don't win as well. You follow me? And I don't mean Ash, company owner, no, I mean any of us. So we only win together, and if you lose, I lose too. So if I tie up our winning relevantly together, then I think we'll always wish good to each other and will not try to harm or, you know, throw a stone in somebody's, you know, steps, or yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You don't try to trip somebody just because you want to be ahead of them or because they're getting ahead of you. So that is dangerous. So there's a big challenge. How can I create a model where people work together? They only grow together. If we lose, we all lose. Okay, so be careful with that. So we work as a one united big family. And if that model succeeds, I think global leaders and kings and presidents could take a lesson with us, how to unite their population. I'm not saying we did it, but that's what we strive for, hopefully.
All righty, let's swing over to Bel Air, Maryland. Hello, Mr. Takusi. Bring it.
Hello there. Hello, Ash.
Hello there. Hello, Bel Air.
Good evening. Greetings from Bel Air. It's good to be here. Good to see everyone. I was actually trying to catch up with OP360. Today I was listening and my mind was being blown away by you, Mr. Ash, when you talked about.
I think Roblin Live crushed it. Let's be honest.
I mean,
I'm not saying numbers don't lie.
I was hearing you talk about OTracker being integrated in ODomain and OMail, and then OConnect's speech-to-speech translation real time with maybe millisecond delay. And then we got the call to come here.
Speech. Yeah, speech to speech. Yeah, some idiots think that's a mistake. No, that's speech to speech.
Speech to speech, yes.
Speak in English,
translate in French. That's been my dream all along. I mean, everybody
speech to speech.
To me, yes.
It's not a typo, or, you know.
That is revolutionary on its own. But I want to focus.
Nobody has it. Nobody has it.
Yes. I want to focus a little bit on compliance, security and compliance, because you talked about, and that piqued my curiosity and attention immediately, because actually, Mr. Ash, I'm a certified governance, risk and compliance professional. So I have great interest in
this. You step away from being a king. Wow. Can you say that again?
Certified governance, risk and compliance professional. That's
yeah,
in my current role.
We have a department. Okay.
So we examine the security posture of hundreds and thousands of companies. So beautiful. I really appreciate what our legal team is doing. You know, we are in over 200 countries. What they are doing is what keeps us. You know, in terms of our technology and everything is fine. We're going to the market, but what keeps us going, as Mr. Ash says, for the next generation upon generation, is our compliance. Every country, all these 200 countries around the world that we are in, they have their own laws and their own regulations that we must comply with. So that's what our lawyers are out there doing. But let me take a moment and just.
And Peter, you can ask later somebody, what does it mean to have a safety certified data center? Okay. So we're not just making, building a data center.
Making it up.
So you will explain it to him, Bob, one day. Okay.
Okay. There is. I want to explain how robust. I'm speaking now, looking at it from the outside, with my background. How robust Onpassive is when it comes to compliance. The way I see it. I think, and rightfully so, that Onpassive is built to withstand current compliance and future compliance regulations. And I'll cite you a specific example, Mr. Ash. About a few months ago, maybe four months ago, there was a new regulation that came out in Europe. In Europe, it's called DORA, Digital Operational Resilience Act. Our lawyers will tell you this, sir. DORA, D-O-R-R-A.
Yep.
It is actually tailored towards financial services organizations and their critical third-party providers. We know Onpassive, we know our services are going to be critical to any company.
Yeah.
Right? So we fall in the preview of this regulation. But when I looked at the stipulations of this regulation, I was so, in fact, I say this with profound humility and love to you, Mr. Ash, and respect. I was so excited because when there are about 7 or 5 stipulations of that law. Onpassive meets every one of those. You see? So that gives me the courage to say that we are designed, Onpassive is built, and this is because of the way Onpassive is built with security from the ground up. So it meets current laws and future compliance regulations. You know, so when you talk about our lawyers being all over the place, different teams all over the world, that just rang into my mind, and I wanted to congratulate you and all our lawyers who are doing what is needed right now. And I've been telling my brother Oliver, I think this is what is going on now. Here's what is happening. They are making sure that crossing the T's, going to each of these countries, because every country has their own law.
Yes.
Even in Cameroon, where we are from, even though we think it's a third world country, no, they do. Onpassive is going to present themselves to that country, show them, sign some documentation and all that. But in terms of our security posture, I think Onpassive is wonderful.
Bob, let's kind of simplify it for everybody who's listening publicly here, there, just a piece. Okay, so compliance, there's a legality for documentations and papers and all of that. There is compliance for your data center. There is your compliance for technology. There's compliance for security. That's a big one. There's compliance and safety for your logistics, like the building, the sanitation of your staff and their health insurance. It's to
massive.
The point we have 2 compliance departments now. One in Dubai and one in Hyderabad. Wow. And they are, they're making sure whatever we do is going to be certified, is going to be compliance.
Yes.
All right. So because we take it seriously, and then you take the financial aspect, taking money and paying money, and then you have being a domain registrar.
Yes.
Add that to it. I think you got all of that. O-Verify. There you go.
O-Verify.
And the data aspect. Thank you so much. That's why I call you BBB.
O-Verify, for instance.
What does it mean? BBB. Better Business Bureau? No.
Better Business Bureau, yeah.
No. Big Brother Bob.
Big whatever, Ash. So I mean, we are. I'm very, very excited.
Garma, what does M mean? 4 M's. My main man, Marty.
I was afraid to ask. Okay.
I'll just leave it there. There's a lot that I have to unload.
All right, BBB, go ahead.
No, I was just going to add, for instance, even O-Verify. O-Verify is a product that, when we look at the data that is being collected in O-Verify, we consider that in data classification, it is restricted personal data or personally identifiable information, which means the system that collects that data must be secured, it must meet certain regulatory requirements, and our guys are out there making sure the systems are in place.
Yeah.
Excellent.
That's what we do.
Yep. Thank you, Ash.
Strive for excellence. Of course.
Thank you.
Thank you, BBB.
Thanks. Ash, thanks. And let's go over to Charles Osang. Hi, Charles.
Hi, guys. I'm glad to be here, just absorbing it all.
You're exploding.
Having fun. I'm always exploding, Ash. Ever since I met Onpassive, I have been exploding. See?
Yep.
So I've got a little question, but first,
I feel explosive too, but I don't have the bombs behind me. I just have the toys, the playground of Onpassive. I just need to put the train.
Man, you don't even have any idea what you have put together. A bunch of explosive individuals. That's what you've done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask a question.
The bomb.
That's right. So I do that. I want to touch on the question that somebody sent to Chris, and he was asking about commissions and stuff. I just want to say that we have to trust the process, trust the guy at the helm, and the people.
I agree with you.
The team has put together. Because from day one, I've always known that he wants to give it all. He's not interested in becoming the richest man in the world. No, that's not his goal. So, and also we need sustainability, like you said, longevity in the business. So just like Jim said, we want to be here forever, right? And we know what you're doing is going to be great for everyone, right? So together we're going to make things happen.
Absolutely.
Just relax on that. But I know, Ash, that we're struggling to be self-sufficient at the end of the day. To me, that's the biggest thing that every time I think about it, like, we're not going to need anybody. We're not going to go out for anything we want. Eventually.
That's the goal, yeah.
Eventually, right?
Yeah.
So now we look at
the reason is to achieve total freedom. You cannot achieve total freedom and be completely unleashed, uncuffed,
right?
Unless you take away all those barriers. Unfortunately, they work against you. They slow you down.
Right.
So it takes a while to build your own field.
Yeah, we know. It might take a few years, but we're going to get there, right?
Of course.
So, one of the things that I look at, we need to find a way to get out of, like, as soon as we can, the email. I know that we want to make sure people are human. So we ask them for alternate email. I will use alternate email. But we have our OMail, which is disruptive anyway. Because for those of you who are familiar with all the different email exchanges out there, the OMail is hands down the best. And we're not even done yet, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, or I'm asking you, is there in your mind any point in the near future where we're going to find a way to get rid of the alternate email so we don't depend on those other carriers?
Absolutely. Keep in mind, there is a smart sign in, like or sign like a new registration without a phone, without, like, you just need but later you just like create a username and come in with us, like OMail or an ID number without that backup. The founders program over time is going to fade away over time. I'm not saying, so we're still going to give a year to our founders complete benefits, and the to validate people outside Onpassive is going to be something, and to get people in, there's not going to be a need for any other way. You just need Onpassive.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's obsolete. Yeah. Is my text on the background the opposite way, or is it mirror?
No, it's correct.
So the way I see it is flipped. Believe it or not.
Turn the mirror off, Ash. Turn the mirror thing off.
Okay. Oh, mirror. Better? Or same to you?
Same
Didn't change?
You changed yourself. You didn't change for us.
It changed for you, right?
Yeah.
Technical, man. Technical.
The reason I was saying that, actually, is because we don't even we want to just, I know what, yes, what I
You know what we went through today, Charles? Okay, because you know I talked about silly thing now here. So when you click Start OConnect right now, first of all, you go to the template where at the bottom there's a green play or start, right? So that's like two starts. So you click from the back office if you're the host. Have you generated a webinar? Like when you create a webinar, you click the back office, you go, then you turn AV,
right,
audio, video, okay? And then at the top left, you enable the camera, the mic, audio, video. So 1, 2, 3, 4 clicks eliminated.
So now we just
So you click
and
start,
we're
you're
good to
back
go.
there, and by default, the speakers, their cameras are enabled. We cannot see you unless you give a permission. I cannot hack into your camera. So you still, but that's like one step, one click on your, if you want to talk or you want to appear. And we made it 25 speakers, up to 25 speakers.
So that's great. So as that means,
5 by 5.
You know how people used to, like the attendees who come in,
Yeah.
and they need to interact